Hello everyone, I'm Pastor Charlie. I'm the youth pastor here at River's Edge, and I have the word on Wednesday for you. In a couple of weeks, I am teaching on maturity, spiritual maturity, what it means to be mature as a Christian, which I think there is some irony that I have a topic, but I'm also pretty excited about it because I don't think it's something that A, either crosses our mind, or B, is something that we really consider to have or know what it means to have maturity as a Christian. And so to kind of play with that concept very briefly with you today, I actually want to take us back to a passage that I'm going to guess that most of you have heard and know. It's 1 Corinthians 13, which is the famous love chapter. If you've ever been to a wedding, it's very possible that you've heard parts of this read out. You know, it's love is patient, love is kind, love does not envy, jealous, or boast, is not proud, it is not rooted, is not self-seeking, all those things that love is. And this chapter is sandwiched between two pretty incredible chapters, chapter 12 and 14, that talk about the spiritual gifts and in a pretty incredible way. The spiritual gifts that are being described are not just, being a great person and having good thoughts and achieving little nice things in life. Like, there are things like healing people, which is just, the pause on that alone is just incredible to think about. What would it be like for your life if you could heal somebody, like on command, like of any ailment or disease or anything? Like, you would change so many lives. The spiritual gift of being able to see and predict what's going to happen in the future on some level. Imagine what you could do if you could do that or on command. And what's interesting is you have these incredible things described in chapters 12 and 14. And then in the middle, Paul reminds us that those things, those incredible achievements, those incredible attributes, these gifts that many people just frankly don't have, are nothing, are worthless if you don't have love. Now, I was raised in the church, and sometimes I experienced what I think many people experience. We got frustrated when a pastor or somebody talked about love when it felt like all the time. And as an adolescent, it was easy to be like, well, I want something deeper. I want something more mature than that. I want something that's more gritty or real, And you always kind of imagined, and I didn't really know what that meant. Maybe it meant talking about sin more, or maybe it meant talking about these cool little theological pieces or making these connections, which are all important. But in the end, Paul reminds us that all the great things that we could learn, all the great things we could do, are meaningless. All knowledge, it says, if I could speak in all the languages of the earth and angels but didn't love others, I'd be only a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and understand God's secret plans and possess all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains but didn't love others, he says, I would be nothing. Love really is the absolute top, to think of a better word, the absolute peak of Christian maturity. And it's interesting because I feel like I avoided that for a long time because I felt like I somehow used to it, but I never took a moment to self-examine and think, do I really love others? Like, do I really love other people? Or do I just like being a good person to those it is easy to be good to? Because the frustration that I think I sometimes experience is you watch people who desire something quote unquote deeper and then treat people poorly. And Paul would say, your desiring for deepness is worthless unless you love people. My desire to grow and mature, if I look somewhere else besides how I am treating people, how I love God, and how I love people first, if I look at anything else but that, I am missing the mark. And so I just bring that to you today. Brief thought process to kind of bring you some self-examination and kind of tease you, hopefully to intrigue you for 3 weeks when I speak on Sunday morning, July 4th. I know you're all going to be there. So I will see you then. Me and my steampunk lamp are very glad you joined us today. Thank you.